Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Saturday business meeting. And today, we're just going to be sharing a few things on how we can be able to achieve our goals and targets for 2026. Just a continuation of what we discussed about on Wednesday. Because on Wednesday we're looking at basically planning for the year, being ready and set for 2026, working to make sure that this year you make it count, making sure that at least by the end of this year, you've been able to accomplish something of great value for yourself, because we agree, we talked about and shared that if you find that every single year you're able to achieve something of great value, in the next 2 to 5 to 10 years to 15 years to 20 years, you will have actually achieved and accomplished so many things of great value. But if you are someone who is not driven by goals, if you are someone who is not driven by dreams, by hitting targets, then that's how you always come to find that you've worked for 1, 2, 3, 5 years, and then you've not accomplished anything. You can't give accountability for the time that you have actually been working. And you can't belong to such an organization, get these kind of mentorships and trainings, and act the same and be the same as people who do not have any kind of mentorship. So today, I want to open with this statement that at the end of the day, what is going to determine the outcome in December of whether you have achieved anything or you've not achieved anything? What is going to determine the outcome is the seed that you are sowing every day. The seed that you are sowing every day is what determines the harvest. So in fact, we have a statement that says that do not judge the harvest, do not judge the day by its harvest, or do not judge the year by its harvest, but by the seed that you are sowing. If you and I are going to achieve something of great value by the end of this year, it comes back to what are we doing every single day? What seed are you sowing every day? What are you doing to contribute to the growth of your business every single day? Because that is what is going to determine whether you have achieved something by the end of the year or whether the year has not been of any value to you. And as a man, as a lady, at the end of the day, we need to make sure that every year you register improvement, you register growth, you register achievement. Every single year, we need to make sure that we have increased our value, we have increased our worth. So, what are you doing every single day to contribute to the growth of your business? Remember, the message for today is you don't judge the year by the harvest, but by the seed that you have sown. Oftentimes, People want to harvest more than they have sown. I have got challenges with distributors who come into Neolife and expect heaven on earth, but then they do not want to put in the work. Someone comes in, listens to your success story. They listen to what you have achieved. They've listened to the accomplishments. They listen to all the trips that you're having every year that are fully funded by Neolife, and they like it, and they get started. But when you ask them to pay the price for them to also be able to live that kind of life, they don't want to pay the price. So how do we expect to achieve, to get all everything that Neolife offers if we are not ready to pay the price? I mean, people in our team, we always teach people on how they can be able to build profit systems so that they can be able to harvest at least an average of 50,000 to 250,000 daily out of profit. And everyone learns that. But then when it comes to paying the price, people hold back. I mean, in the month of May, we are going to Egypt. And while in Egypt, the company is going to be announcing the next destination. I am quite sure that when they announce the next destination, everyone would want to be on that plane to visit the next destination. But when it comes to paying the price, people hold it back. So if anything is going to change, I know most of us have probably made New Year's resolutions. If anything is going to change, if you are going to get to register improvement in your life this year, the question I want to ask you is, are you ready to pay the price? Are you ready to do all that it takes for you to be able to succeed? Because we cannot harvest where we have not sown. I mean, today in East Africa, we have people that are exploding with growth. We have a lady who is now walking away with an average of 75 million shillings every single month as a commission. Every single month, she walks away as a 2-diamond director. She walks away with an average of 75 million shillings a month. Now, when we all hear these kind of commissions, when we all hear the people that are earning 10 million, 15 million, 30 million, 20 million, 5 million shillings every month, all of us would want this kind of income. But then the question is, these people are there because they have been able to pay the price. So are you ready to pay the price as well? Are you ready to pay the price? And normally, the bigger the goals, the bigger the price to pay. So you have big goals, you pay big price, and Neolife will help you to achieve. So how many people do you want to speak to this year? How many people do you want to speak to every month? How many people do you speak to about your business every single day? How many people are you introducing to the products every day? How many people are you introducing to the Neolife opportunity every day? Because our business is built on 3 laws. Law number 1 is talk to people. Law number 2 is talk to people. And law number 3 is talk to people. If you are assuming that you're building the business, if you assume that you're building the business, but then you're not talking to people, you are only lying to yourself. If you assume that you're building the business and your business is going to grow, but you're not talking to people every day, you're not respecting the 3 laws every day, then you are only lying to yourself. So talk to people. Law number 1 is talk to people. Law number 2 is talk to people. Law number 3 is talk to people. You respect those 3 laws and you keep the discipline of talking to people, then you are going to experience growth. You need to grow. You need to understand the business. You need to develop skills for you to be able to succeed in this business. So very fast, I am going to take you through, if you really want to succeed in this business, if you really want to grow your business, if you really want to see yourself at a different level in this year, if you want to register success this year, then you are going to have to learn and master these 7 laws. So I call them the 7 fundamental skills for growing your near life business. Now, skill number 1 that you are going to have to learn if you are going to succeed in the near life business. Skill number 1 is finding prospects, finding and inviting prospects. One of the most important skills, because like I told you, our business runs on 3 laws. Law number 1 is talk to people. Law number 2 is talk to people. Law number 3 is talk to people about the products, about the business. Now, for you to be able to succeed, you need to acquire these skills, finding and inviting prospects. Our business is a people business. Neolife pays us for building a network of product users. That is why Neolife pays us. Neolife pays us for building a network of people using products. The bigger the network, the bigger the money that you earn. The people that are in this business that are earning hundreds of millions, they are earning hundreds of millions simply because they have built huge networks of people using products. So that is skill number 1, finding and inviting prospects. You need to learn how to find people. Learn how to ask for referrals. Every single time you speak to people, ask them, do you have any person that you can recommend to me? Ask your friends, ask your relatives. Do you know any farmers? Do you know any people who would be interested in a business you can build part-time for extra income? Learn to ask the magic question. You meet someone, learn how to make new friends. You meet someone, ask them. So if I showed you a business concept, or if I showed you a business you can do part-time for extra income, would you be interested? So that is skill number 1, finding and inviting prospects. Skill number 2 that you are going to have to learn if you are going to achieve your goals in 2026. Skill number 2 is presenting the business. Presenting the business. Do you know how to present? Do you know how to present about the products? Do you know how to present about the business? The earlier and faster you learn how to do your own presentations, the faster you're going to grow. So each of us on this call needs to learn, how do I present TNN? How do I present Supergrow? How do I present all these packages? We have packages. We have the fertility packages. We have the cancer packages. We have the immune booster packages. You need to learn how to present these packages to people. You need to learn how to talk about your business. You need to learn how to talk about your products. So that is skill number 2, learning how to present. Skill number 3 that you need to learn is the skill of follow-up. Follow-up. The future of your business is in the follow-up. If you're only speaking to people, but then you're not following them up, you're only wasting your time. In fact, if you're speaking to people and you're not following them up, you are the same as that farmer who prepares the garden, sows the best seed, and forgets to come and do the weeding and harvesting. So follow-up is a very important skill. You speak to someone, you realize rarely do you speak to someone about the products, about the business first time, and they get started. Rarely. In fact, research has it that usually 80% of sales come from the 5th to the 12th presentation. When you present to me the first time about the products, you have sown a seed. Present the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time. Then there you can expect to make a sale. But when you speak to me about the product only once, and you never present again, you never follow me up, it's difficult for you to succeed. It's difficult for you to close any sale. It's difficult for you to sponsor anyone into the business. So skill number 3 is follow-up. Skill number 4 is handling objections. Handling objections. Our business has a lot of objections. It has a lot of rejections. You find you're talking to people, they don't want to respond. You invite people, they don't show up. You need to learn how to, people promise, they never fulfill. People promise they are going to join, they never join. People promise they are going to register, they never register. People promise they are going to buy, they never buy. You need to have the patience. Sometimes you present to people, and the first statement that comes from their mouth is, wait a minute, Justus. You mean you have also joined these things? You mean you also decided to waste your time? And there are any more valuable things you can do rather than selling these products? So you need to learn how to handle objections in this business. Skill number 5 that you need to learn is the skill of closing. It's the skill of closing your prospect. You have spent 30 minutes speaking to someone about the business. You have spent 30 minutes speaking to someone about the product. You need to close them so that they buy. So learn how to ask for the money. Learn how to close someone. Learn how to close. It's very important. It's one of the most important skills. Closing. Skill number 6. As we sponsor people into the business, as we get customers, as we get distributors, the skill that we also need to learn is the skill of helping distributors start the right way. When you sponsor a distributor into the business, you need to help them to get a customer, help them to learn how to present, help them to learn all these skills that I'm talking about. You don't just sponsor and walk away and you expect that the people you've sponsored are going to grow. No, you need to learn how to help them start the right way. Then skill number 7 is the skill of promoting events. Events. Along the way, we are going to be having big meetings coming up. We are supposed to be having kickoff meetings happening this January. However, we cannot have them simply because of the elections. But effective February, we are going to be having massive meetings. We are going to be having company meetings here in Kampala. We are going to be having kickoff meetings in Western Uganda. Now, you need to learn how to invite people, massively invite people. Promote these events like crazy. Invite massively, invite like you've never invited. Promoting events is the skill number 7 that you need to learn. I always love telling people that in our business, we learn in order to earn. You can't earn if you're not willing to learn. So in this business, we need to learn. We need to grow personally. We need to get skills. We need to learn how to make money. We need to learn. When we learn, then we're able to grow in the business. So ladies and gentlemen, I smell a good year. I know it's going to be a great year. It's going to be one of the best years ever. We are going to register massive success. We are going to develop managers. We are going to develop senior managers. We are going to develop executive managers. We are going to develop directors. We are going to develop wealthy members. So the question is, are you ready? Are you ready to grow? Are you ready to succeed? You know, let me briefly and quickly show you how you can actually become a director very fast. How do you become a director in the business? Now, how you become a director in the business, number 1, that is very key. It is by doing a 3 in 30 every single month. If you are on this call and you expect to do massive results, to get massive results this year, do a 3 in 30 every single month. And 3 in 30 simply means that you have introduced 3 business builders or 3 business partners into the business. The same way you were introduced into the business, also go ahead and introduce other business partners. Look around your circles. Look around the people who are always innovative, people who are always looking for a way to make more money, people always looking for a way to change their life, people who are always struggling financially and are always hungry for more. Get them to ask them, if I showed you a business you can do part-time for part-time income, for extra income, would you be interested? If I showed you a business where you can invest an average of 2 to 3 hours and work part-time, would you be interested? So when you introduce 3 people and they all do 100 points, 100 points simply means someone has sold like 3 TNNs. When someone joins the business and they sell 3 TNNs, that's 100 personal points. So do a 3 in 30, sponsor people into the business, help them do 100 points, then do 250 points. When you have a total of 500 points, you will have stepped up to manager. Now, once you have become a manager, go ahead and do another 3 in 30. Help your 3 people to also become managers. For you, you will be becoming a senior manager. When you have 3 people who become managers and you've again introduced 3 people into the business, and you do a total of 1,000 points, then you become a senior manager. And then from there, becoming an executive manager is by simply doing another 330 and helping people to become senior managers on your team and managers, and you do 2,000 points, you become an executive manager. How do you become a director? You become a director when you continuously do a 330. A 330 simply means you are introducing 3 business partners into the business every month. And when you're doing 4,000 points, automatically you become a what? You become a director. Now, the director benefits are averagely you're earning a commission of 2.5 million shillings to 5 million shillings every month. You're making daily profits of 50,000 to 100,000 daily. You have red carpet dinners. You attend leadership school, director recognition, step up bonuses. And then when you develop a director on your team, you become a wealthy member. And the wealthy member benefits average income is 5.5 million shillings. And then you're, of course, making profits monthly. You have wild team recognition. And at the same time, you also have chances to travel the world. Now, quickly, that is how we actually are able to build the what? That is how we build the business. Just a minute. What is happening here? Okay. What is happening here? Okay. So that is basically how we grow. So if I want us to really commit to growing this business, I mean, with all that we have seen, with the evidence that we have, with the testimonies that we have about people who are exploding with success in this business, honestly, I don't think we should be there looking for money, struck broke, and yet we can actually make a lot of money here. Attend every meeting, learn, grow, talk to people. If you have a challenge, talk to us, we will guide you. Let's see how best we can be able to build this business. Let's see how we can be able to explode with success in this business. Our theme for 2026, our theme for 2026 is succeeding with no limits. That is our theme for you there. Succeeding with no limits. We want to succeed. We want to have a great business. We want to grow. We want to become directors. We want to become wealthy members, Ruby directors in this year, 2026. So get ready. Let's grow. Let's get better. Thank you so much and have a blessed evening.